What we motherfucking saying? All right, doing long form YouTube videos now. So if you unfortunately stumble across this, fuck you, bastard. We got four topics to go over today in this ramble. We've got gang stalking, stem cells, amusing ourselves to death, and schizophrenic discreditation. Okay, start on honestly maybe the stem cell one's probably the most interesting one to start on, but I think as we're currently seeing with like billionaires and shit like the Rothschilds, that kind of shit, like undeniably, I think at this point, something kind of dodgy's going on. You've got these motherfuckers sat there like outside of an abortion clinic, like, yes, please, five more aborted fetuses, yum yum yum, and then they just fucking eat that shit immediately. They just go fucking ham on it because the stem cells make them live longer. I think that's definitely what we're going to. You see, what's that fucking like a billionaire now who's like, I've unaged myself 35 years, and he believes that he's 35 years younger because he takes a shitload of supplements. Mate, you're clearly just too broke to get on this fucking fetus eating bullshit that like the Rothschilds and other people are on, because like I'm convinced. I'm convinced that like this is an agenda that they are pushing, right? You see this whole stuff, like people are talking abortion this, abortion that, whatever, so fucking much. The truth of it is that like you look at the abortion statistics from like America, ludicrous, so fucking crazy. For the record as well, I literally do not give a shit about abortions. I literally do not give a fuck because I hate you and your child, and I hope you abort them because I want to see less annoying kids in the world. What I don't want, if you are going to abort your child, make sure you get the fetus and you either yourself eat that shit or you burn it or something. Just do not let it go to some billionaire. Do not give it to your doctor because they're going to be like, what am I going to do with this dead baby carcass? Oh, Mr. Rothschild. Of course you can have it for £1 million and it's going to extend your life by like 1 year or some bullshit. I just appreciate if people stopped letting that happen. Um, yeah, we might as well quickly move on to the gang stalking thing because I think that works well. I think people mistake gang stalking. Like, okay, to quickly go into what gang stalking is, or at least what the average person thinks gang stalking is. Gang stalking to the average person is some schizophrenic who is just like, they're following me. Not true, not true. Definitely a massive like overblown of what gang stalking is. All these motherfuckers who think that they're like personally TIs and all that kind of shit. The average gang stalker is some homeless guy that has paid money from like some random guy in a black suit who's just like, tell me what you see on this road, because it's a human information network. It's the same way that you get cameras everywhere. You're gonna get, you're gonna get like law enforcement who go, oh, we want to know what's going on in like, drug rings, smoker rings, like crack house rings. So it's a very kind of tight mix of undercover shit as well as just in general kind of like information collecting. That guy who's just on the phone at the bus stop slightly too much. He's just tracking who gets on and off the buses, so they have like an unbelievable amount of information. I mean, you look at massive corporations, things like Microsoft, XYZ, etc., etc. Like it's literally all of them. They have a massive data hoarding problem, to the point where they are buying and selling data from each other that is, for the most part, quite literally useless because it is information like that, like, just completely bullshit, useless information of like, oh, who's walking down streets at this time. And it's mostly for the purpose of like selling to you. More likely than not, it's going to be something to do with advertising and how to make you buy stuff. Because we are very quickly getting to the point where they're going to make adverts as addictive as cigarettes, and you will not be able to put them down. The flashing lights and the flashing colors are gonna like you're gonna look at it for 2 seconds, like 4 trillion neutrons of like information is just like directed streams straight into your brain, and then all of a sudden you're just like, hi, I'm Coca-Cola's top man. I'm Coca-Cola's top guy. I've got to buy 14 billion Coca-Colas and tell everyone else to buy Coca-Colas. Like we're very quickly getting to that point already. Like the allegiance that people swear to corporations is ludicrous. These people who are out there like, oh, I drink Pepsi, I drink Dr. Pepper. Kill yourself. Your mother's a whore. You know. And then you see the other shit like, oh no, I won't pirate shit online from corrupt companies. Why not? Why? It's that easy, dude. You can go online, free movies, boom. I found every single movie for free, including stuff released yesterday. It's that fucking easy. The amount of people that I know who vehemently refuse to do this, it goes further than that. It even goes into like The Sims and shit, the amount of, I'm sure anybody who is tech literate out here has been in this situation where you go, hey, oh, my mate's super into The Sims. Hey, by the way, to save you like 400, £500, whatever, however much all that fucking DLC costs, I can just download it for you for free. You know, literally no drawbacks at all. It all works. It's all perfect. There's no problems with it. You could just all of that shit directly into your computer for free. For free. You never need to think about it. And they'll sit there and be like, no, actually, I'd rather spend 200 quid on adding dogs to my game, you know? Come on, bro. Like, you're even dumber than the fucking CS:GO guys that are like, I'm gonna spend 4K on my new M4 skin. Like, that's actually somehow worse because A, you're giving the money to EA of all people, who definitely run by billionaires like the Rothschilds who are funding abortions and eating them. You know, just saying. So link back my topics. But you know, it's like the worst use of your money you possibly could do. Like the shit is free, it's on there. Especially like I find it strange topics like this as well because you get so many people out here who are like, oh, companies are evil. I fucking hate companies. You know, they're all like evil. They'll be the first people to tell you about all the like rape culture or whatever the fuck's going on in like EA, and it's, you know, they're right. You know, I'm definitely not gonna sit there and defend EA. Like, holy shit, dude, you're right. So steal money from them. You know, it's that easy. You don't like company? Steal money from them. It's really that simple. It's really strange how people have this like weird double think now, where you see it a lot of the time, especially with governments. You know, the same people who are going to sit there and be like, I don't believe the government. They're always lying to me because they're correct. That is the correct conclusion to come to. Will be the first people to sit there and be like, where's your government approved source for this information? Where's your government approved, you know, like information to back up what you're saying? You don't believe the fucking government, my guy. Stop using it to fact check all of your information, you know? Maybe the government's lying to you. Maybe the government doesn't have your best interest in mind because they've been bought out by people like the Rothschilds yet again, you know? Not to go back to this topic too often, but you've got people like BlackRock, whatever, like evil people. Like we can literally just like sum it up as all like evil people, you know? I don't give a fuck if they're actually evil. I don't give a fuck if they're actually just out for money for themselves or whatever. For me, you know, it's whatever, bro. But like, you get the point. You see it too much, and it gets stupid. It gets tiresome. I don't understand how half the people like that walk around are just like ludicrously hypocritical in that way. It's fucking stupid. Um, but I think this further goes into schizophrenic discreditation. You know, my last topic for the day. I got no idea how long this video is going to be. I'm just going to fucking raw upload it. So, you know, fuck you, bastard. But yeah, schizophrenic discreditation, I think very, very far too often, you know, we already have a history of this. You know, people are very aware of the fact that the term conspiracy theory was coined by the American government because they didn't want people making theories about their government because they were doing shady shit that was, you know, entirely true. You know, the theories people were coming up with at the time were just mostly correct. So they were like, oh shit, guys, we got to get people not to believe this. So we're going to pay 12 mentally challenged children to go online and be like, my schizophrenic theory is that the government is actually hiring donkeys and rainbows to fill up the world or some shit, you know? Just like the most ludicrously stupid, like deliberately, you know, dumb shit that they can possibly come up with to make it seem like anyone coming up with a theory that isn't like 100% government fact checked and proved is just dumb and stupid, and you shouldn't pay attention to it. Like, we're already aware that this thing happens. You know, this is already like an event that has happened in history. Um, and yet people are so willing to just go like, yeah, conspiracy theories, they're all fucking like crazy, dude. Whoa. You know, it's ludicrous and stupid. Like, you have been given history that you can go and look at that shows that the government does not have your best interest in this topic at mind, and they are going to lie to you because they lie to everyone all the fucking time. You know, ludicrous. Actually ludicrous. It's you know, it's insane that people go through this like mental fucking loophole where they just go like, no, I must trust the government. I must trust the government. Ah, I must trust the government. Like, mate, at that point, just fucking kill yourself. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you actually bum like the government that hard, just Mr. Elon Musk, my president. Like, bro, come on. No president has your best interest in mind. You go back, you look at fucking 2008 Hillary Clinton speeches. She was worse than Donald Trump for like talking about deportations. She all of a sudden gets on the stand. She's like, I'm running for president. What am I gonna say? I'm now pro-immigration. I don't give a shit what your stance is. I literally do not give a fuck about American politics. Bomb the place for all I care. I don't give a fuck you Americans, don't, please. But like, you know, every politician, the second they get up on that stage, they are lying to you. Every single word through their mouth is a lie. There is no reason to believe any of them. And this goes from like a plethora of different places, you know. I think there are very, very few places that do not have the world's most corrupt governmental system ever. You know, it's ridiculous. I still find it insane that people sit there and they go, yes, you know, like, I have any faith or any trust in the government. Dude, Biden is the same as Trump, is the same as Hillary, is the same as Barack Obama. You know, they are all the same person because they were all bought out by the same companies. So it does not matter what's going to happen. There's a term online that I like to use, coined by my friends. Nothing ever happens, and you know what? I fucking agree with that because every single American president that has ever come in, you know, nothing ever happens. You get 4 years of a swing one way, and then 4 years of a swing the other way, and it's always going to stay in this steady medium where they can keep people riled up and annoyed enough that they're not going to pay attention to, like, oh, who's buying out all of my politicians and making them do all this dumb shit that I hate, and like keep us in this like perpetually unchanging chamber of history. No, instead, I'm going to get really, really mad at whoever the fuck is voting for the opposition. It does not matter. It does not fucking matter. It does not matter who you vote for. It does not fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Like that's as much as I can say on that topic. Politics does not matter. Fuck you. If you care enough that like you're like invested in politics, you're an idiot. You're just a fucking idiot, you know? No politician is ever going to sit there and be like, I'm actually going to fix the economy. No, they're not. They might, if the economy's getting better, it's because fucking rich billionaires are like, oh shit, man, maybe we would make more money if we fucking like invested money in the people. What's up? Oh fuck yeah, I want a donut. Yeah, that's chill. What? Dude, hell yeah, I'll take a donut. I'm making a schizophrenic rant right now. Yeah, I'm talking to a YouTube video. I'm talking about like the government and like how everyone's being lied to or some shit. Hell yeah, I'll put it on YouTube eventually. Oh, man, I just got a donut. Mate, fucking delish. On that, dude, we can go into health topics, you know? Motherfucking health topics. You ever notice how every single world's like health organization leader is obese and like decrepit? Just saying, just saying, I'm more inclined to believe the guy that's probably doing steroids than I am the one who is morbidly obese, you know? On health topics, you know? Just saying. You know, no offense, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like you've got to have some proof. You know, I'm not just gonna believe someone who says shit just because they've said it. You know, you need to be able to prove through your actions that you know what you're talking about. You know, which is I think a major thing now with the internet is that everyone can get online and just say random bullshit. Also, check out my fucking big old sanguinal. You know, anyone can get online and just say random bullshit, and all of a sudden people give them way too much credit. And this goes back, you know, back to what I was saying before about like the internet. It's a load of bullshit. It's a load of bots. It's a load of children. It's a lot of mentally challenged people. Nobody online. You be listening to their opinion. Don't listen to my opinion, dude. I'm probably just some fucking like downy in my room. For all you know, this is an AI generation. This is an AI generated video bought to you by the Rothschilds and Warner Bros or something. I don't know. But you know, people give way too much time to people's opinion on the internet, and it's like, at the end of the day, they're probably dumb, they're probably a child, they're probably some senile 80-year-old who's barely able to function their phone, and or, because this is a weird, like, a lot of this happens. I don't know if anyone's been seeing what's been going on with Instagram and, like, men's fitness and mental health content. You know, no offense to them, they're all Indian, you know? You know, it's not like it's a bad thing, but for some reason they tend to all be Indian people who pretend that they're not Indian, which I think is the strange part of it, because if it just happened that all the fitness and content creation was coming from Indians, I don't think anyone would have a problem with that. But it's the weird one where you'll get like Chad McChadster, and it will be like some jacked image of a white guy, and then you'll realize like, oh, the guy who runs this account is Indian. It's none of the profile pictures are him. All of the content is not him. I don't know if it's just me. I do find that kind of amusing to see happen. I don't. To be fair, it might just be like the 3 or 4 accounts that I've seen on Instagram. So I'm just like in this weird like little fucking niche. Entirely possible. But you know, if anyone else has seen that, you know, big up. We're on the same part of the internet. Fucking miserable place, honestly. What was I talking about? Schizophrenic discreditation. I completely forgot what I was talking about on this topic. Yeah. Let me just rant about the government more because I think they're dumb and fucking idiotic. Um, Dude, I don't even know if I'm gonna edit this shit. I might not. I might just not. Um, yeah. Yeah. Anyway.